2012-2013 NFL season sadly came to a close last night. It was okay for me because I'm a Viking fan, so I didn't really have any vested interest in the Super Bowl. But it was an interesting Super Bowl, however. I was a big fan of the halftime entertainment. It was very ADD friendly, very shiny. I'd have to say my favorite commercial was the one where the kid gets the car to go to prom and he goes right up to the prom queen and gives her a big old smooch. Because that happened to me. No, not really. Right after halftime, we saw Jacob Jones' electrifying run back for the Ravens to score a touchdown into what made it seem like the game was getting out of control, that it was going to be a blowout, that the Ravens were going to win the Super Bowl. And shortly after that, the electricity went out. In total, with the halftime entertainment and the power outage, they said that the players sat almost 90 minutes, which reminded me of one of the greatest struggles that I have being ADHD, and that is the ability to stop a project and then start a project. During the Super Bowl, the commentators talked a lot about the ability to stop and start. They talked about how the teams needed to stay loose, how they needed to keep the edge. They talked a lot about momentum. And as I listened to these commentators, I thought a lot about my everyday work life. There are these moments where I have great momentum and I'll get going, and if I get distracted, all of that momentum's gone. And there's almost no way possible to get me back into that same groove that I was in before I got distracted. I always believed myself to be a multitasker because I thought the idea of multitasking was having multiple things going on around in my mind at one time. Well, that's not the case. That's just being ADD. And it's not multiple things, it's a gazillion things. You may be watching this and you may be thinking, well, I've seen somebody with ADHD multitask. Nah, you probably haven't. If it seems like they're multitasking, it's really just them procrastinating. It's them just not wanting to do the one thing that they need to be doing. They just want to do what's fun. I can't multitask. Even though I've got a gazillion things going on around in my mind and I'm easily distracted and I notice this, and this, and this, when it comes to completing a project, I've got to be individual task-minded. And then I get it done at a high level. The question we need to ask ourselves, what's better? To have 5 projects that need to get done, started but not finished, or to take those 5 things, prioritize them, finish one first, do it at a high level, do it speedy, ADHD style, and then stop that project because you finished it, and then move on to the next project. What you need to do is figure out what's the most important thing you need to get done now. If you've got a test that you've got to study for tomorrow, the most important thing for you right now is not updating your Facebook status or doing a nice little tweet. It's studying for that test. I always recommend that when you're trying to put that list together, trying to figure out prioritizing your tasks, do it with somebody who doesn't have ADHD, because we have a tendency, those of us that do have ADHD, to take the thing that has the most fun elements to it and move that to the top. Hey, once again, this is Ben Glenn. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and I want to encourage you to do one thing. Keep moving forward. God bless.